long these units last? Generally?
They're basically air conditioning units, no, hoping for 20 years.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Thank you.
With that, it's been moved by Alderman Weigel, seconded by Alderman Ranky. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Number 15 on tonight's agenda, resolution to approve the bid of Blaze Landscaping contract for demolition of the residential structure located at 11300 West Cleveland Avenue in the city of West Dallas in the amount of $8,500.
Yeah, if you remember a few months ago, John got a grant to the DNR for buying this. This is in the floodplain, and buy the property. Now we're knocking it down with a combination of that grant money along with money from our stormwater fund.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Weigel, seconded by Alderman Ranky. Is there further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Number 16 is a resolution relative to accepting a proposal of
Move
NETA.
for approval.
Moved by Alderman Chapusky and seconded by Alderman Rote. And this is for cast iron manholes, and I know Alderman Rote is going to want to speak on this.
No, I really don't.
I want to know how
We know
many.
you use them.
I want to know how many.
Okay, how
Alderman
many?
Weigel.
It's in the
No, I said-
Yeah, it's in
resolution.
the
Yeah.
packet.
Resolution.
How many?
Oh, I don't care anymore.
Let's see.
Oh, 204, 204,000.
204,000.
But I don't know how.
No, that's
does it say
dollars.
how many-
$204,000. I'm looking for the numbers of.
He wanted to know how
No, it
much
does not
per-
actually say the number of
Okay.
in here.
They just
just got the
attached.
money.
Okay, they just attached the resolution.
Oh, okay.
so
I'm just curious what manhole cover and frame cost.
We'll find out for you in email.
Moved by Alderman Chaplusky, seconded by Alderman Rote. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. I'm sure they will not go to waste.
No,
Number 17 is a resolution authorizing the Director of Public Works City Engineer to initiate the Rain Barrel Program with the funding from the Stormwater Management Fund, the amount of $5,000 for providing rain barrels to participating West Dallas residents. Do you care to go over the program? $20 for a rain barrel?
If that's okay, I'll let Joe.
All right.
Basically,
Deliver one to my house tomorrow, Joe. I want one.
MMSD offers nonprofit agencies to be a retailer of these. They offer them at a discounted rate, $35. And what I would propose doing here is promoting people to use them. We get a credit from their stormwater requirements. This is a way of cleaning up the stormwater. And we can, with a little incentive, we offer them for $20 delivered to the house. Probably costs us about $35 a rain barrel. And it's still a very cheap way to get a big gain. And what we would ask in return is that a participating property would sign an agreement saying they'll have it in place for 5 years. So when you have an agreement like that, that's how we would get credit through DNR.
A couple questions for you, Joe. Is like I have 2 downspouts, so if I get 2 of them, do you get a bigger credit from, or is it just it's like whatever the property is going to get
The property
with MMSD?
MMSD would just sell them to us for $35.
Okay.
So the normal price is $49.95.
The break comes in as you use these, where the water doesn't go down. We get some type of a break from.
The credit that we would get is actually in our stormwater quality, which we report on every year. It's part of our stormwater permitting. We're required to remove 20% of the suspended solids from our stormwater.
Okay.
To retain water so it doesn't run off the site is a way of reducing that suspended
I
solid.
get that, but how do you calculate it? I mean, just by the number of barrels sold?
It would be by the number of barrels because they each hold 55 gallons, so
Okay.
they can do it by volume.
So if I did have 2 of them, that would get credit for.
Yes.
Okay.
Get credit
That's
for
the
every
kind of
barrel.
one. And to put one of these up, I guess you're just going to cut your downspout and it goes right direct into it.
Comes with a little kit. You can connect it right into an existing downspout. It has instructions.
Then what do you want to do with the water once it's full? Water your grass, your plants, etc.
The real purpose is to use it when you need it, watering your grass or whatever.
Washing your car.
Yeah, you won't have water pressure in there, but.
Right. Well, if you put the hose low enough, you may.
If you raise the rain barrel up to your gutter,
It's like a
it's-
water
Very
tower.
good. Other questions?
Mr. Chair?
Yeah, Alderman White?
Residential properties only or commercial properties?
this would be any property.
And are we selling just then one per address, or if,
No.
say, Menards calls, we'll take 15?
No, it has to be in place on the property.
Okay, so if they have 15 downspouts,
If, well, if they can put them to use, we get the credit for as many as are out there, so they could buy them at the discounted rate.
they probably get a better price than those Menards.
They probably have a different type of system, but
Also, these are available to non-residents. If somebody from New
Yes.
Berlin or Brookfield wants to buy one of these from the city of West Dallas, but it's $49.99, it's more money.
yes.
Is that delivered to them?
In West
No.
Dallas.
They have to come pick it up
We would deliver it to the yards, they'd pick it up at the yards.
at the yards, very good.
Yes. So the actual price on that is, I think it's $18.94, $20 with tax. We gotta charge a sales tax.
Got it. Any other
Mr.
questions?
Chair?
Oh, sure.
I
Alderman
don't
Rainey.
have a question, but I think it's an excellent program. I've been collecting rainwater every year almost, but I didn't have the proper containers, so I'm really happy about this. I'd like to see what they look like.
It's one right in the hall.
Oh, is there? Okay.
It's in the hall.
you bring it
Oh,
in?
see, I didn't even notice. I
Wanna bring
didn't
it
even
in
notice
instead of-
that.
Are they heavy? Can you put it on that table?
55-gallon drum.
It's pretty big, okay, because I was gonna say, this is on, we could, get a look at them. I have a very unique way to collect it. My driveway does it for me, but.
Do you anticipate a lot of participation in
We
this
have,
program?
right now, we have 30 people waiting to hear.
I would believe that.
So-
Yes, very definitely. And then,
Excellent.
let's see, are we gonna advertise it in our newsletter, city
We would put
newsletter?
it in everything that we advertise, in our website, the newsletter. We'll put a sign up in City Hall and at the yards.
Is there a limit as how many the city itself will get?
No, there's, MMSD doesn't
It's
limit it.
unlimited.
So I would imagine, most people would just get one. That's what I would expect.
Yeah, one or two. max.
Right, I would anticipate. Thank you.
Move for approval.
Been
Second.
moved by Alderman Chaplusky, seconded by Alderman, I believe that was Ranky.
Correct.
Is there further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Get your rain barrel. All right, 18, resolution to confirm and adopt the report of the Director of Public Works City Engineer containing the scheduled proposed assessments for improvements of the north, south, east, west alley between South 87th, South 88th, West National Avenue, and West Beecher by removal and reconstruction of the concrete pavement, storm sewer relay, utility adjustments, and storm sewer underdrain. This also would include item number 19. With that, it's open for discussion.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Weigel.
We heard neighbors, residents of the neighborhood speak today, and I guess the one thing that wasn't brought out is that this project is, I mean, it was mentioned, but it wasn't amplified, was that this project is also gonna replace the storm sewer under the alley. I assume, how old is that? Do we know how old that storm's? 49. It's from 1949?
I think the sewer's older than that. I think it's from.
Okay, so that storm sewer probably has to be replaced either way.
We're gonna inspect that, and it's just running right now through from 87th to 88th in that leg. The other portion has a short piece in there and it's newer.
Okay,
We're also putting underdrain in, that will suck the water up into the pavement, so
okay.
that will be an improvement as well.
Honestly, I'm not real familiar with that alley, it's not my district. I just wanted to make sure that people understood that sometimes it's not just about the alley, it's about the infrastructure underneath the alley that needs to be repaired anyways, and as long as you dig the alley up to replace the storm sewer, so.
Just to kind of add on to it a little bit, I know of a person who speaks at our council meeting quite often, and I think he's on 86th Street, if I'm not mistaken, and he fought heavy to have his street delayed, and it was delayed, I think it was 3, maybe 5 years. The most, it was probably 5 years, if you recall. And that assessment went up about 60%, if my memory serves me. So eventually the alley's got to be replaced. I mean, we've held these before, and in that case, we held that one, and he came back 5 years later where it had to be replaced, and then he complained that it was 60% higher than what his original assessment was. So it's like you can get away with it now, and my understanding is you would not be assessed until 2015 is where you'd first see it, and then, yeah, the payment plans are up there. So that's a heavy decision, and I know that was not factored in, and the residents did not know about. These assessments don't stay here. Every year they go up a certain percent, so it'll be a much higher rate down the road.
And Mr. Chair, that's all
Alderman Rowe.
gonna have that drainage underneath too, that gravel base, which is gonna help it. And I know we have a problem down at that T, but that should help on the north end upstream also with some flow, and you're gonna retool that V.
Yeah, I would say it was actually cracked up there too, so
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't all one end.
The gentleman that spoke on, I can't remember his name, on National Avenue, I mean, this happens, but it's not the first time this has happened. It's one of those, what do you do?
Mr. Chair?
Yeah, Alderman Rainey.
Basically, there were several residents that spoke against this project. Will the construction remedy the problem that exists in the alley? It would definitely remedy it.
I don't know how to fix it without, like they were suggesting, patching. We gotta start over. It's not draining. By the time we get it to drain, we'd be taking everything out anyway, so this will fix it definitely.
All right,
It's the only
that's
way to
what I
fix
was
it.
interested in hearing. Thank you.
Your guidance, your
Move for
district.
approval.
It's your district, yep. With that, Alderman,
Roach.
Thank you. Alderman Roach has moved for approval. Is there a second? Seconded by Alderman Weigel. Roach.
Is that for both?
That's for both, number 18 and 19. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. With that, that's the end of Public Works. And it'll now be turned over to Alderman Chaplesky, who is Chairman of License and Health. Alderman Chaplesky.
Just call a meeting to order. Jason Wilson.
Alderman Chaplesky, I left my notes up in the council chamber, but
Sure.
we'll be right back.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Sit down,
Jason?
relax.
Thank you. It's gonna take a minute.
Okay. He's gonna run up there.
I think he's walking fast. I don't think he's really gonna run. Okay.
Oh, he's gone, just out of care. Nope, you're not going to. You're not gonna change any?
Not gonna change the name.
Not gonna think, are you gonna?
Keep it as it is, sir.
Have you done this before, or?
I've not owned a tavern, I've worked. I was a manager at Coach's Pub and Grill in, I guess in Milwaukee on 13th and Grange. I also ran the kitchen for
Which
our,
pub and grill?
Coach's on 13th and Grange. And also ran the kitchen for our catering at the Fair Park. From the time I was about 16 years old to about 24.
You're gonna have to repeat all this for Alderman Weigel, so.
Okay.
He's running out to get some notes he had.
Here he comes. He's never owned a place before, but he's worked in bars, so.
Is that all I missed?
That's basically
that's
except
all he
where, once you explain again what you told us.
Coach's Pub and Grill in Milwaukee on 13th and Grange. And then I ran the kitchen for Dick Wojciechowski at R&R Catering for at State Fair Park.
At State Fair Park?
Yeah.
Jojo?
Yep.
Okay, now you're gonna,
Mr. Chair?
well, wait a second. No, we had problems years ago there, and,
When I had hair.
It's been a lot better since then. And I remember when those people bought it, they literally went out into the neighborhood and knocked on doors, because there was so much problem in the past. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying that the neighborhood has put up with a lot of problems there in the past. They don't want to put up with it again. So we're expecting you to, run a good place there, so.
Mr. Chair.
Alderman,
Mr. Chair. Oh.
Alderman Road.
Yeah, that's my district, and it has been quiet there for a while. Thank you. Not thank you, but thank you. Who's that, Beckman that runs it?
Yeah.
But we've had some terrible fights there, like where it wasn't like just bloody lips. It was like cut aortas and I don't want that there anymore, so
That must have been the Z-Res.
I'm looking at your, plan.
They like to mix it
It
up.
looks good, so.
Alderman Weigel?
Mr. Chair, this is our first time dealing with our new license application. And, it's your first time too, I assume. Identify if sound amplification is used. You put no. You're gonna have like a stereo. You're gonna have a jukebox.
Yes, there is that in
Right,
there.
and I guess all you need is a yes there, but other than that, I mean, you heard of the alderman, so did we go through the whole Sting thing and?
No, we haven't
Which
yet.
number were you talking about?
We didn't do that.
What number?
Well, it's on the
No, I have the application here, what? I must have missed it.
public entertainment form where it describes whether you're gonna, you check, there's the check
Oh, I
boxes.
see it, okay.
You know, we talked about the city's image, and a lot of our negative stereotypes go back to the bad old days, and we're still dealing with a lot of that, you know, little bars in West Dallas kind of thing, and we've been working, and, you know, everybody's pulling together on this. We don't want to step backwards. We don't want this to be a trouble bar. I think you're gonna have a pool table, right? Yeah, you said,
Just
you know,
one.
one pool table, a jukebox.
For now.
Are you gonna do a disc jockey routinely?
No.
That's.
How about kind of music you play?
Country music. I'm
What country?
mostly ours in the southern portion.
Okay, okay.
I DJ'd my way through college. I had a DJ business in college, so if we had a party or an event or something, I would ask for approval. It would be me. Yes.
Yeah, so, and honestly, it might sound weird, but I like to hear that, because it shows to me that you have an experience dealing with a crowd where people are drinking, and that hopefully you value the importance of staying on top of that and not letting it get out of hand.
Did you tell me you were a cop?
I was a cop.
So that's it,
We're
vote to
at-
deny.
we're after that.
City of South Milwaukee.
Okay, is there anything, do I have a motion?
Move for approval, Mr. Chair.
Second?
Any further discussion?
Oh, one more thing.
Alderman Weigel?
Had a lot of contractors over there. You making the kitchen bigger? I think I saw your numbers. You're thinking 60, were you thinking 60/40? Am I thinking the right
Yeah,
number?
that's what it said.
You're thinking 60/40,
60/40.
Yeah.
They're not making the kitchen bigger, they're making it,
more efficient?
more efficient, more up to code and things like that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion
luck.
carries.
Thank you, sir.
Christopher Paul. Okay. And you're looking for, here, what?
Yep.
Is that, wait, did that one lapse or,
No, she told me we had to start over. She said that it wasn't transferable. They did pay for it in October. They renewed it, and then we were told we needed to start over. So I'm not really
is
sure.
it? There's a,
The license is available at that location for the new applicant.
Oh, okay, so
that's
same
all.
thing,
That's-
same thing, just getting around it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, okay,
And then they also have the wine under number 49.
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so there's two of them,
Yeah,
The
48,
one for
49.
beer.
49, take those together.
Okay,
No, because one is not existing.
Yeah, one's not, yeah.
All right.
let's
go
just take
48
number
first.
4, yeah, let's do
Move for approval on item 48.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, number 49 is the wine license. Now, do we have a wine license available? Or is
There's
there a
no
quote?
quota
There's
on
no
wine
quote on that?
licenses.
Okay,
Oh, there's none? Oh,
Not in Class C wine.
okay.
Good
So,
Italian wine.
so I move for
Yeah, we are
approval.
gonna have some, yeah. Low
do I have a second?
Second. Pinot Noir.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Thirsty.
Okay.
The opening.
There you go.
Thank you, gentlemen.
When you open.
Good luck to you.
We're
Hopefully
hoping
March.
early March.
first.
That's how the rest of
You
construction
said
goes.
middle of February now.
Yeah.
You're starting to let us,
You know,
you got the silver car, right?
The question, and I didn't see that, I know that in the past, the Capri was open pretty late at night. What's your hours?
we're probably looking at closing around 11 right now.
11?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know in the
midnight
past they
maybe.
had stayed open till bar time for a while, trying to
Yeah,
get that
I
crowd.
know.
I just don't see it
Not a
right
fun
now.
crowd, but-
Yeah, we're actually gonna go the other way. We're gonna try more of the lunch crowd and then stay open till, like where they never opened for lunch before.
Excellent.
So we're gonna try the other way.
Very good. Good luck to you.
All right,
Yep,
Thank
guys, good
you.
luck. Okay. I think it's you. Again,
Fusion, Fusion into Fusion?
Yeah, Fusion Cafe. Yeah.
What's the name?
Oh, you're gonna make me do that?
That's why I thought,
Kai-Young Lu?
I narrowed it down and I
I'm gonna try
figured.
Kai-Young Lu?
How's it?
Xu Liu.
Not
Yeah,
even in the
Actually,
ballpark.
his last name is wrong.
It's wrong on there?
Yeah, supposed Liu, not Lui.
What is it?
That's my correct last name.
L-I-U.
Yes.
Well, that's what's on here.
I see it right here.
Yep, so it's on,
Yeah.
it's
We
right
have it
on.
on
So
here.
it's wrong on there. It's
Just
just,
right on the
Okay,
address.
just a typo on
Okay,
there.
just little.
Okay, this is for, matter of fact, this is 50 and 51.
Same thing, beer and wine.
Yeah, but
Beer and wine.
Mr. Chair,
Alderman
I
Wago.
believe we have a quota on beer,
We do, and there are two available right
and
now.
there's two
All right,
available
two
for beer.
available. Now, my understanding, this is going to be a cafe. What, you be serving
You
food?
doing
and-
sushi?
No, it's gonna be
Somebody
food
had
or
a,
what?
who worked at Japanica?
Me,
Yeah, so you're doing sushi or?
but and the cafe is not sushi bakery. We kind of totally changed, not the sushi.
Okay.
Yeah, bakery and some food.
Were you the original who came for the building permits and, or has that gone through some changes since then? Or are you the original person?
Are you just leasing the place or you own the building or?
I just listen. Yeah.
You're just leasing it, but are you the original person that came up with the idea there? Because it's been sitting empty for
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
year and a
for
half?
me, Right.
So was that you in the very beginning or was that somebody else?
It's me
That was
and
you.
my husband. Yeah.
So it's just taken that long
yeah.
to,
Yeah.
okay.
Get everything done.
Now it's almost there. Yeah, maybe a couple more months.
You're familiar with all the laws, you know, city laws and everything on, you know, serving alcohol and everything?
You know, you can only buy from a wholesaler, you can't go to Sam's Club across the street and buy beer and sell it, you know that?
Yeah.
that you have to buy from a licensed
License plate.
Okay, so
check IDs,
Yes.
then we can do,
especially in a place like that.
then we can do number 50 and 51 at the same time. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Second. I did not know
Any
there were any
further
available.
discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Alderman Wago.
Lunch and dinner, is that what it's gonna be? How late do you think you're gonna be open? Like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or
For the morning, probably 7 o'clock to 6.
7 a.m.
7 a.m.?
7 a.m. to
Cafe, bakery, coffee? Okay.
And you think you're gonna be closed by 6?
6 to 7.
Really?
Yeah, 30. Not for very late.
Not gonna go late at night?
Well, good
I
luck
live
to
down
you.
the street, I cannot wait to come there. So,
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's gonna be a lot better than Panda Express, so.
Yeah, do my best. Thank you.
No favorites.
What?
Um,
No favorites.
Good luck to you.
Entertaining.
Thank you, sir.
I already have my stuff down and you're only waiting for the call from fire department.
We have an A.
Party's going on.
yes,
10:30.
37A. Vince, report? This is on the supplemental, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't bring that.
I don't have
Okay,
it here.
so, was it 2 weeks ago or so that you were here? You were here? And, I forget who made a, you know, the motion of,
Pay off everything from last year?
I thought we gave them till like March, so didn't we? Didn't we give 'em till-
Nope, it was till
February
tonight.
4th.
Oh, till tonight, okay.
For the personal property tax,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it's done.
Oh, there we go.
it's all paid?
Personal property and then real estate is the March thing.
Okay, that was what March was.
Now, now what is the agreement with March with the real estate tax due? Because I wasn't here,
Yeah.
I was sick last week. I didn't hear.
It should be on, you probably got a new summons of complaint,
I did get
and it should be, pardon me?
I didn't get anything yet.
I don't think, I thought we held.
No.
We just held and said, let's see if we make good, and then we would go till March.
No, it says, okay, here, including 2013 personal property taxes, by the 4th, and, yeah, March 4th. It says, you should have got this, by the way, the summons. And it said in here, real estate taxes, not paid for fully cash and certified funds.
Where did you get that one thing?
That was with the new agreement on there, so yeah,
Yeah.
nobody did that.
Yeah, so that was the
This
new
is,
agreement.
yeah, this is new agreement. I know I signed it, Monday, so,
No, yeah, I believe we got
and
it.
so, but, look at your copy. If you didn't get it, if you can't find it or whatever, you know, get a hold of the city attorney's office, they'll get you a copy of it.
2013s will be paid in full by the 13th, by the March meeting.
It's the, for personal property tax? It's done
No,
already.
no.
No, real estate.
Real estate.
Or real estate.
I'm sorry.
So,
So that,
because,
okay, 2013 needs to be paid by
Next month.
next month.
4 weeks.
okay, the question I have on is, they're both on this summons and complaint, so we can't really vote on
Well, we
this.
just hold it then.
Yeah, we gotta hold it, so, well, just so you know that, so,
And when we say 13, that was the bill they got
In December.
just last December.
Yep.
6 weeks ago? Well, no one's required to pay their,
No, that was for personal property tax, you guys said that'd be taken care of. That wasn't for, no. The real
I guess I'm
estate guy said-
confused. When we say,
You guys said the real estate tax had to be an agreement made with the city, which you guys said you would, reconsider if we had this part taken care of, cause the other
I
bill
think
was
that's
so
why we held
high.
it.
Right.
We wanted to see that you came here
And then
and.
we paid the current personal property
Yeah.
taxes, now those are paid, they're right here.
Yeah.
That part,
Well, we
portion
understand
of
that.
is paid,
We
it's right here.
understand that, but- So when we say that,
It was not the
when
real
we say
estate
that
taxes.
2013
personal
real
property
estate
taxes
taxes,
is
do we mean,
That part wasn't said.
real estate
I'm just trying
taxes
to,
owed
in
by
my mind,
Scardina,
understand what you were
Delta,
talking about, last year or the year before? What,
Including
I
the-
just paid my personal property taxes,
Well,
or my
basically
real
it
estate
says
taxes last year.
all.
Which ones were those? Were those my 13s?
You, no, you paid your 2014.
14s.
No, you don't pay it. Yeah, you
No.
did pay your 14s. Yes.
I just wanna know what we're talking about. So how far, so they're still a year behind?
It says real estate taxes owed by Scardina Bakery and Delicatessen Inc., including the 2013 real estate taxes, are not paid in full by cash or certified funds
Cause
by
we really
March
give people
4th.
till April if they're on the payment plan, right? I mean, the
14th.
normal, right? Isn't it like,
It's January, the first payment, April,
yeah,
and then April, May, June.
if you get on, the
Yeah,
three.
Yeah, there's three.
Networks?
I'm just trying to
Well,
make
I'm
sure
just-
we're not
February, March,
pushing them
April,
ahead
May.
of where they
No,
actually
that's not
will
what
let everybody
the
else
last
be.
meeting, That's not what's said the last meeting. Last meeting was said that I would take this part taken care of
Well,
by today. And then the rest of you guys would have to
Is
go down
Scott
to the
gonna-
city about that.
Would you like the city attorney?
Yeah.
yeah.
That was
That's what
Jenna
I said.
that made the agreement. I
Right, well, Scott
So,
knows about it.
just what kind of money are we talking about here?
Go ahead.
Is there a dollar amount on that?
No, I don't know, but basically it's saying all property tax.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if there's a discretion between what you owe to the county or you owe to us. Is it all that's owed to us or owed to everyone? Doesn't say that here.
I think we collect
That's not what
everyone's.
was
No,
No.
no, well, what happens after so many years?
18 months.
The county pays for it, 18 months? The county gives us the money, and now the county goes after them. So,
Okay.
so they owe some money to the county, and they owe some money to us. It doesn't specify in here, it just says all property taxes. So, let's have a check. Pardon me?
We can hold
You're
on.
right in the middle of something at CP development.
Okay, can you just sit there, just hang on to it, so. Okay, I'm waiting for Scott for 36 and 37 on tonight's agenda also,
Okay.
because I want him to tell us exactly what, I don't remember, exactly what was changed in these ordinances, both of them. So we have number 38, used vehicle license.
Move approval.
Second.
Is that subject to necessary
The
requirements?
vehicle drive, yeah.
Yep, very good.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Number 44,
Move to approve?
do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, just a step back here. Did everybody read the information
Yeah, Mr.
on
Chair.
number 38?
Yeah, I looked at
I'm
that.
pulling at that,
It
so
didn't. What was my notes on that one?
I got it here. Let's see. I just noticed that here.
I mean, if we're talking about this, Mr. Chair, if I could,
Right.
on item 38, this Mr. Gallego,
Right.
do we wanna call him in? I guess I would have some questions on this. You know, party to manufacture,
Oh, it's on
deliver
the,
THC?
I read it, but I didn't get it. I had the packet.
Yeah, it was on, you had,
Oh, here, I remember reading
Yeah.
it too.
no,
No, it was in your, it was in your attachment.
Nope, did not get it, cause my attachments.
you have to double click on. You had a double
You
click
can,
on
you
the
guys wanna
PDF.
take a look at mine? I read mine. You know, do we wanna call him in?
Oh, we just voted on it, so we gotta,
Well, I
Go
move
back.
to reconsider.
wait, it's a,
Well, it hasn't been read out yet, has it?
no.
Okay, so there's 1, 2.
And where,
And these are two gentlemen, and there
what's
is,
his
16
address?
years ago,
Where's he
I
gonna
don't
go? 67th and Lincoln?
yeah, on
This
the
is
corner.
13, this is 10.
Say Lincoln and Beloit, yes.
Your
No
district?
disposition, so really
On
there's
that,
nothing.
on that
Yeah.
side, you're across the street.
Okay, so
You're happy
this
about
is nothing, this is nothing.
Well, it's not necessarily nothing, you were arrested for it.
No, but they weren't charged. You weren't charged.
Right.
Ooh, his chair's in the way.
It could have been somebody else, and he proved that he didn't do it. He was charged with it, but he was not found guilty of it.
No,
So you don't know
I don't know
the
either.
results. He could have been in a car, and they busted you and said, well, you're there, I'm gonna bust you too. And he went to court and said, hey, I just was there, I had
What
nothing.
did it say on the intent to deliver? What did it say in the disposition on the intent to deliver?
That's the only,
Party
okay.
to,
Arrest conviction.
No, no
There's nothing.
disposition. He did have a
Party to
possession of
manufacture and
THC.
party to manufacture, deliver THC. That could be growing a plant, or it could be operating a plant.
13 years ago. 13 years ago.
13 years. And in 10 years, it's gonna be
Okay.
legal anyway.
That's the thing. I mean, we're talking, if this was 5 years ago,
Yeah.
I'd want him in.
You wanna just leave it be?
I have no problem.
Okay.
Too long ago.
Then we have number 46, this is the M&M Sports Bar. This is the third event, first one this year. First one this year, right? The other one was
First on this calendar year.
calendar year, correct.
No, she had one in January.
This is our third one for the license year.
Yeah.
Is that how we
license,
do
yeah,
that?
that's how it is.
How many can she have?
3.
10? Now, we did talk to the police department to watch them and everything, and I didn't hear anything.
They confirmed that everything was fine from this last event. Everything went through okay.
So I don't.
I stopped in there on a Friday night, it seemed quiet.
I don't have a problem with
Move
it.
for approval.
Second.
You stopped in?
I stopped in on a Friday night, it seemed quiet. It wasn't the night of one of their events, but it was, you know, it was 11:30 on a Friday, it seemed orderly and.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we got Scott coming here, but we got the.
There he is.
Okay, Scott.
How you
Scott,
doing?
on the summons and complaint, for Scardinas.
Remind us what we meant.
No, it said, it said property taxes now, is that just ours? Or is it what is owed to the county and us?
Well, it's, for, when we say real estate property taxes, those are owed to us, even though they're transferred to the county and they reimburse us, those are still owed under our ordinance. But as I remember last time you were here, you were gonna put that off until
March 4th.
March or something,
Right,
yeah.
They're
right,
okay for
right.
now.
That's where, but
Right.
question, he wanted a clarification on what we're exactly, referring to here.
Do you have a dollar amount there handy? You don't have a
No,
dollar
I don't
amount?
have the file on this, it was over 300, I think, on real estate taxes.
The one they brought current. They're all current.
Right,
on
that's
the
on
personal
personal
property.
property taxes.
Right.
That
On
was,
real
that
estate-
was a small number.
That was a small number, the
Yep.
real estate taxes is
Yep.
either at or close to 300,000.
Now, is that, you know, 10 times 30, or is there
That's
fines
a number
and
of years.
fees?
Well, yeah, but
There's
that's
fines and-
penalties and other things.
And,
right.
and that's not within our jurisdiction to
Right,
waive those
no,
penalties or anything?
Right, we can't waive any of those. Those
Okay.
are imposed by state law.
Okay, because I understand sometimes at a municipal level, there may be a fine imposed, and when somebody gets caught up or makes good or fixes their rusty building or whatever, but those fines and fees, that's imposed by state law, we can't do anything
Right,
about that.
yeah, those penalties and charges are all by state law.
Mr. Chair?
Alderman Roach.
And again, we wanna see you keep going, everybody on this committee, but I just wanna say, the last 2 days, the lead story on every news channel is the trailer park on 27th and Howard.
I've seen
And they're closing them down. They were 3 years behind in their taxes, for that reason alone, done.
But were they making any initiative to pay?
Well, the personal property tax, we're at the real estate tax now.
Okay, but I'm saying, did they make any initiative to pay the real
I,
estate tax?
I'm not aware of
for
that.
years?
I
Okay,
don't know.
so
Different city.
So we finished the personal
Personal.
property tax.
Yes.
We've made the agreement originally was $1,000 a month. Yes, there were a couple times that were missed because of situations in the hospital or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We caught up, we made extra payments, and now we are done. So
With the personal.
with the personal
Right.
property tax, so we went through one obstacle.
Right, and,
Now we've got another obstacle.
right.
Okay. And the last thing I want to do is lose my business.
And we don't wanna see you lose it.
You know, we've put a lot of blood and sweat
Understand.
in this business, and I'm sure anybody in this room that has a business,
Mm-hmm.
like yourself, and I don't know who else has, you have a business too, you know what it means.
Oh,
to
absolutely.
start from the bottom and work your way up.
But what-
And everybody's having difficult times.
I
you know.
couldn't agree further, but what we're
and-
telegraphing out to everybody in the city is,
Right.
we can stay open, just don't pay our taxes. And we
No.
don't wanna, we don't wanna send that message.
No, and that's not the right message.
Right.
But if we make, and if people are making some type of, how should I say?
Good faith effort.
Good faith effort,
faith
right,
effort.
exactly. Good faith effort towards making a payment and, instead of just letting it lag. I mean, I know we got behind with the personal property tax, and that was a big chunk that we had to pay. And believe me, it's really hurt the pocketbook tremendously, but we got through that obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what I gotta say though is that at the last council meeting,
Yes.
we voted for this, the entire council voted on this, and this is where it sits right now. So can it be changed? Well, obviously everything can be changed. But what I'm saying is that right now, this is voted by the entire council and signed by the mayor on this,
But he followed it for now. Now in March, he's gotta come up with 2013's, correct?
No,
Or
all of
2014.
it. According to this, all of
It's
it.
all the
I think it was
all
all
the
of it.
taxes, yeah.
I didn't think it was all of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it says here.
All of 2014.
I remember you
No,
guys said
all
though,
the
if we had arrangements made with the city and the county, then you would take that even, is what you guys had said. I believe you said it.
If we had,
And again, we go through this every
Right.
meeting because we're just falling further and
Right.
further and further behind. However, my thought was if you brought this current, which you just did, your personal property taxes, and then got 2014's by March, the personal property taxes, then it would be, we'd work out an agreement to get the next part taken
Right.
care of.
Exactly.
And that's what we,
That's
exactly.
what I saw.
And that's what we just did,
And that's the way I saw it.
Exactly.
What happened last time.
And that's
So
what
you
was
don't
said,
think the real
exactly.
estate tax is part of this at all? That's the big
No,
nut.
then
That's not
then
what
we
he-
go
that's
into the
what he said.
negotiations. If we catch them up on the personal property taxes, then we would go into the negotiations.
but $1,000
To
a
get
month
the other
isn't
part
gonna
of
take
it.
care of the first
And
year.
and part of that was because you have a couple properties that may be coming
Right.
for sale that are they are for sale,
They are for
but you may actually be selling some and catch up 100%.
Right.
I'm not saying 100% right this
But a
year,
heck of a
but
dent.
at least
Exactly.
put a good dent in
Exactly.
right now. Yeah, we've got people interested, but nobody's putting an offer.
Right. We'd have to get Jenna's because she was here to get the exact what the agreement was.
Well, it's,
We can
No, it's
sign-
fine.
what you
It's
need to
fine.
do is
It's-
do a
it's
motion to
already
reconsider the findings and recommendations and the action the council and mayor took, which was to revoke if they didn't do these things, essentially. So that's what you would need to do, is be a motion to reconsider. Sometime before that March barely update, if you want to give them additional time beyond then.
That is the next council meeting. So we can speak to Jenna to find out exactly
Well,
what
council
we
meeting's
she's
discussed.
probably gonna, well,
We got a meeting
we
in
discussed,
between.
Jenna wrote
That's
this.
true.
So,
Correct.
this is what Jenna thought we discussed.
Yeah.
And I truthfully,
Well,
kinda
what is it?
thought it was the same thing, that all the money had to be paid, which, it's next to an impossibility, but there was, if, I remember us saying that if you got a buyer, a very interested buyer, or a potential offer or something, that we will consider
Yeah,
that.
I think it was discussed about if there's possibly like accepted offer to purchase.
For a second.
And I guess I haven't, we should go back and watch this, because we can watch this on.
Right.
Exactly.
So, but, right now, we have to let it sit the way it is.
Mr. Chair?
All the way to.
Okay. In the next month, how much of that 300 do you think you could get together?
Oh, it was hard enough coming up with this amount to pay the personal property tax, first of all.
You have to go down to the city.
You know, I mean,
Well,
I mean, to avoid closing my business, you have no idea what we've had to do to come up with this, with the remaining part of the money. I mean, I mean, nobody knows except for us. So, and it's no use putting it out there because, you guys want the money paid, and I understand that, and it has to get paid. My job now is to come up with the money. But to come up with $300,000 by next month would be impossible.
okay,
I'm telling you straight out, it's impossible. No matter how much property I have, you'd be putting me out of business. That'd be it. Now, if you're talking 2014, a year's worth of taxes, I could, do something with that, but I can't, put a good chunk on that or pay all of it. But we've got to come up with some kind of payment plan to keep this thing going.
Mr. Chair?
all the way to.
If you were to write a payment plan right now, a monthly payment plan, how much could you afford to pay a month? I mean, I don't know if we have.
Before we say that, are you on a payment plan with the county right now?
No.
No.
No, nothing with the county.
That's
Okay.
gonna be our next step,
we
is to
were
go down
gonna go
there,
to-
take care
right.
of this step first, which we just did, and
Right.
then our next step is go down to the county, talk to them. That
How,
was the next
how
step
much
we were
could
gonna
you
do.
afford a month? Could you afford $5,000 a month? Well, if you're gonna make an impact on $300,000, I mean,
I don't know what they would accept. I mean, if I've got to talk to the county,
Well,
first, let me see what let me see what they would accept as a
when are you
payment
gonna be
plan.
talking to them? Do you have an appointment with them at all?
No, I don't. But I mean,
We're
you
trying
go
to
down
figure this
to
out
the
first.
county and you talk to the
I'm gonna
to the
I'm gonna say let's hold this till the next council meeting.
Agreed 100%.
And I
Come
want
back.
everybody to think of what was discussed here tonight. We can talk to Jenna again, and then we'll see that if we wanna make some changes on it.
But what I want back from them by March 4th, because I think it's the same, March
No.
4th,
No, our
is
next-
what,
no, our
what
next
did,
council meeting is
meeting's
18th. February 18th is our next council meeting.
but this is March 4th.
Yes.
Right.
By March 4th is what did you set up with the county? You need to bring that to us.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I will.
What did the county say? What did you set
But
up with
this
the
doesn't-
county? I want to see that.
But this doesn't say that.
Nope, does not, but we can, at that point, we can take any steps we want.
Well,
We can hold this.
are you likely to have this agreement with the county in the next 2 weeks? What I'm saying is, if you get an agreement with the county in the next 2 weeks, we could move to reconsider this if we're happy that we're working towards a solution at the next council meeting, which is February 18th.
Yeah, cause I don't wanna wait all the way till the 4th,
No, I don't wanna wait till the 4th
you know,
either.
and
I have
then
no
all of a
problem
sudden come
with
up
the
something,
4th,
so. But it just, we'll take it up at our next, common council meeting.
Okay, so.
18th.
Yeah,
The
and and we'll have, I think we should put it on as an agenda item, and if you guys can come here with some sort of,
documentation from the county.
and
the
good
county.
news, hopefully,
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be, but, I mean, at this point, I'm not prepared to make a motion to reconsider,
Right.
to change what we approved. I possibly could be convinced in 2 weeks, if you guys come with some sort of,
And what would be good about doing that next council meeting is then on the 3rd, you could have a motion for reconsideration on that agenda for the third.
Yes.
Which would, when this would otherwise take effect.
Yeah.
Whereas if you wait till the third,
It's too late.
you can't
Yes,
do that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's why,
That's why,
you need to get an answer from the county. I think, I'm not, again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant, don't even play one on TV. But the soonest you can get an answer and come to us with some sort of documentation.
By the 14th.
Yeah, before the next council meeting, which is 2 weeks from
different
tonight.
days, 14, 18.
Nope, it's 14th now. I wanted to go with March 4th.
February 14th.
These three
It's a
people don't
Friday.
want to,
No,
okay?
18th.
So it's
February 18th, 2 weeks from today.
Oh, this is the 14th.
Next council
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay.
2 weeks
Next
from
council
today.
meeting.
Thinking
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
so if you meet with the county between then, I don't know if it's easy or hard.
Go
to
there
do
tomorrow.
that. You know, or just call them tomorrow. and make
Don't
an
wait till
appointment,
2
so.
weeks from Monday.
Wow.
Is that all you had for me, Mr. Chairman?
No,
Yeah.
I do have a couple other things.
Regardless.
Are you familiar with the two ordinances?
So we're holding this.
Yep. Okay?
Two ordinances.
So again,
Although, yeah,
you need,
the health
you need an
code
agreement
ones?
from the county
Yeah.
on a payment plan.
Something, yes,
Okay.
okay?
And then, now are you gonna honor the agreement from the county or?
No, we
or
don't
is
have
it-
to honor, you do.
Right.
It's your agreement.
Right, it's my.
But we can take it into consideration
We'll
in
take it
what we're
into
gonna do,
consideration.
Okay,
okay?
because I don't wanna,
Nobody's gonna say,
Right.
Make
nobody's
it
gonna commit to that right now.
right.
So,
We
Right,
may see it and
because we
say,
don't have no
we may
agreement.
see it, and the county might say, they want $100 a month, and we're gonna go, ain't getting you anywhere, and
Yeah.
we would just, we would go right back to this. I mean, I'm not, nobody's making any promises here. You go send an agreement up, everybody wants to see what it is.
okay? Thank you.
All right.
So, okay, Scott, on number 36, the tattoo related, what is the difference in the,
What they're doing, there's not much substantive, the only substantive there is it's basically bringing our code into compliance with state law, adopting all the state codes and the state
okay,
charges and penalties for violations, the permit fees and the penalties. And so the only substantive changes are when our code is basically substandard below what the, excuse me, state code requires. So that's all that's doing with regard to tattoo and body
okay,
piercing.
and number 37,
And that one is basically on getting rid of our old code that we had on these things, which is pretty, minuscule. And again, adopting the state codes, dealing with these public conditioning places. So
Is this like Taekwondo studios, or is it like health
any
clubs?
any health club, anything that has that where you've got physical activity,
12-ounce
locker
girls?
rooms, those kind of things. Not 12-ounce girls. No. You're
12-ounce
okay
girls.
in your place.
Yeah, I don't want any more regulation in my business.
okay, so, thanks.
Okay.
I know we got something. Okay, number 36, the tattoo, where we're basically
Move
going.
approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And then 37 was the second one.
Move approval.
Second on that, Mr. Chair.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn?
Are we having a, no, we're not having a regular meeting, we're just, right, there's nothing going on?
Oh, we don't know yet.
We have a number of items that were held tonight, so we were looking at a regular meeting for this month, unless you wanted to do something special on the 18th.
Okay.
Maybe early on the 18th, or you wanna do early?
Well, why don't we?
I would say how many,
Why don't we see how well we get in between now and then? We could get some other things in.
if you think we can handle it within 1 hour, I got no problem coming an hour early.
Apparently there was a few squad cars at 60th and Burnham last week Saturday, at closing time.
Okay.
We'll check what we have.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, and usually lets me know.
With that, I'm
Oh,
gonna
there's
move for adjournment,
Pardon me?
Second.
so he can shut the cameras off.
There's that hearing scheduled for late February with West Dallas Liquor and Tobacco.
Oh,
Unless they come in with an agreement before that, but.
I don't think that's happening. Okay.
Good job.
I think we
Then,
should plan.
then we would have to have it.
Yeah.
good job.